Deep in the Hellion Rift, where stars are born and die in violent bursts, a survey flotilla was charting the unknown. Their long-range sensors picked up something strange, an object moving with purpose, but silent, no beacon signal, no registry marks on its hull. Its trajectory wasn't random. Something was deliberately piloting it through the cosmic chaos. As the flotilla cautiously closed the distance, their scans revealed the impossible. The object was a Class 3 Deathworld vessel. These aren't your typical starships. They're mobile fortresses, built to withstand radiation storms that can strip a planet bare, gravity shears that can tear moons apart, and thermodynamic extremes that would vaporize lesser craft. No species in the known alliances cruise these ships. The biological toll is simply too high. It's a suicide mission. The flotilla commander, balancing protocol with sheer curiosity, launched a remote probe. The little drone latched onto the vessel's hull and began its work. The initial report sent a shockwave through the flotilla's bridge. Human life signs, multiple humans, alive and well inside a ship that should have killed them instantly. This shattered every known record. Official documentation was clear. Humans lack the genetic reinforcement, the biological fortitude, to survive even a short trip on such a craft. Then, the mystery vessel began to move. It rotated slowly, with minimal propulsion, as if conserving every drop of energy. Its hull was a testament to a hard life. Deep impact scars told stories of repeated encounters with high-energy debris. The plating itself was made of alloys unknown to human industries, alloys that seemed to have been forged in the very hellscape. The ship was designed to survive. The flotilla needed to see inside. They sent a reinforced drone, a tough little explorer, to establish visual contact. The drone found an airlock and entered a primary corridor. The construction was heavy, designed for high-pressure operations. Warning lights flickered erratically, casting long, dancing shadows. But the most baffling discovery was the air itself. It was breathable, perfectly suitable for human life, even as lethal radiation saturated the space just meters away on the other side of the hull. This indicated shielding technology far beyond current human capability. Movement ahead. The drone's camera focused. Figures emerged from the gloom. Humans, clad in protective suits that showed heavy wear and tear, yet remained fully functional. Their posture wasn't one of panic or distress, but of a deep, bone-weary fatigue. They weren't afraid of the drone. Instead, they calmly escorted it deeper into the ship, toward a central chamber. The heart of the vessel was a scene of controlled chaos. Navigation cores were damaged, their crystalline structures fractured. Manual controls, a tangled web of wires and physical switches, had been jury-rigged to override every automated system. The crew, their faces etched with lines of hardship, finally explained they were a lost tribe. Their ancestors had fled political collapse on their origin world decades, maybe centuries, ago. They were an independent human faction, born in isolation, far from the known star routes. They hadn't found this Deathworld vessel. They built it. They constructed it to survive the uncharted, hostile regions of the galaxy where no one else dared to go. Their technology hadn't been developed in pristine labs or funded by galactic corporations. It had evolved through brutal necessity, one desperate solution at a time. The flotilla's analysis teams, studying the drone's data, were fascinated by the crew's psychological state. They displayed an incredibly high tolerance for environmental stress. Their training wasn't about optimization or efficiency. It was about hardship and endurance. This ship wasn't just a vehicle. It was their world, a mobile habitat forged under constant, unrelenting threat. They never intended to meet other civilizations. They just wanted to be left alone, to survive. Their long isolation had forced a kind of self-reliance that had pushed their engineering into extreme, unconventional forms. The structural diagrams recorded by the drone were a revelation. They showed redundant, layered, life support systems. Shielding was so dense, so intricately woven, that it could theoretically withstand the direct blast from a stellar flare. This was survival engineering at its most raw. The humans aboard had adapted not through theory, but through direct, painful exposure to hostile environments. Their methods bypassed standard scientific progression. They created solutions that might look crude or inefficient to an outsider, but they worked. They achieved stability under conditions that would utterly destroy most modern starships. Their incredible resilience came from necessity, not doctrine, and their success exposed a critical blind spot in the established civilizations, which had become reliant on controlled conditions and predictable outcomes. This ship, this ghost from the void, was proof that true innovation can flourish without any external support, driven only by the will to live. The flotilla commander, moved by their story, offered the crew extraction. They could be brought back to the safety of the Alliance, given resources, a new home. The humans declined. Their vessel was damaged, but they would repair it. Their journey, they said, would continue. They stated their mission was incomplete, but refused to say what that mission was. As the flotilla watched, the Deathworld vessels' engines glowed to life. Its departure vector didn't lead back toward civilized space. It pointed deeper into the unmapped, unknown darkness. The flotilla tracked the vessel until it was just a faint speck, and then nothing. It disappeared beyond sensor range, leaving only silence. No further signals followed. The encounter left the flotilla with a profound and unsettling conclusion. Human capability, human potential, expands in ways we can't imagine when forced into environments beyond all safe limits. That ship and its hardened crew were living proof that isolation can breed a strength that established powers could never anticipate. It showed that survival pressure, not an abundance of resources, is what truly shapes the most durable, the most resilient forms of advancement. What else is hiding out there, in the dark between the stars, forged in fires we've never had to face?